I always tell people there's a difference between basketball and the NBA. The difference between basketball and the NBA is that basketball is a sport. The NBA is a business. And if you don't think the objective of any good business, first and foremost, is to generate revenue, then you're kidding yourself. I say that because yesterday the NBA came out and they released the remaining schedule for when the 22 teams return to play in July in Orlando. Now, obviously, when we look at the schedule, you try and see which matchups are the most intriguing. When I looked at the list, I saw that the Miami Heat had the toughest remaining strength of schedule. The Los Angeles Lakers, who many believe have a legitimate shot to win a championship, had the fourth toughest strength of schedule. And then I go all the way down to the list, and then boom, I see the New Orleans Pelicans with Zion Williamson have the easiest remaining strength of schedule. Go figure. When the NBA was scrambling to figure out how can they produce or generate the most fierce return to play format, they came up with a scenario which would allow teams to compete for the 8th remaining seed in both conferences, and surprise, surprise, the Pelicans were included in that. So is this a ploy on the part of the NBA to get Zion Williamson into the playoffs? Yes. I'm not a conspiracy theorist because that term denotes something negative. It gives you the impression that people sit around all day with tinfoil hats and just come up with the most preposterous, outlandish things. But again, the NBA wants Zion Williamson in the playoffs, and they're not alone. I want Zion Williamson in the playoffs. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't like Dame Lillard. I love watching Dame Lillard play. Devin Booker's phenomenal, even though his team stinks. All right? John Morant is a walking highlight reel. Now, me personally, I don't want to see LaMarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan in the playoffs. I will openly admit that. I don't want to see it. Sorry, goodbye. Right? I want Zion Williamson in the playoffs. I don't care if they get swept. Everyone keeps saying, well, it doesn't matter if Zion makes the playoffs. They're not going anywhere. It's not about that. I like watching him play. And the fact of the matter is, the NBA sees what I see. They've identified the next person who's going to carry their league into the foreseeable future. It's not Jason Tatum. It's not Luka Doncic. It's not Donovan Mitchell. It's not Bam Adebayo. It's Zion Williamson. All right? Now, there are several other superstars in the league. There are only 6 superstars in the NBA. You got Giannis, LeBron, KD, Steph, Harden, and Kawhi. If you're not in that tier, you're not a superstar. But the problem with the individuals I just named is that Kawhi Leonard's not vocal, so he can never be the face of the league. And besides that, he plays for a second-class organization. Kevin Durant, these are his words, not mine. He just wants to play basketball. He doesn't want the responsibility of being the face of the league. I like James Harden, but his game rubs a lot of you the wrong way, and he doesn't have any championships. Steph Curry already had his moment in the sun, and there's something missing with Giannis. Zion is a walking phenom, all right? In just 19 games this season, in 16 of those 19 games, he scored 20 or more points. In 3 of those 19 games, he scored 30 or more points. The team has an 11-8 record, and he's averaging 24 points in just under 30 minutes with 6.6 rebounds. What am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that? The kid gets you to a TV. He has a magnetic quality about him. He's got charisma. He's got athleticism. He's got a wow factor. So I believe, rightfully so, the NBA is going to put all of their eggs into the Zion Williamson basket, and I, for one, do not have a problem with it. I don't care what the Pelicans do in the playoffs. The more Zion, the better. The NBA recognizes that, and you all need to as well.